Alright, shalom. This is GMS Nebraska Sit Down. And first off, we're going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And blessings to the elect out there in his truth and sincerity. And we just wanted to basically cover different aspects of this Ebola virus that's going around. Because it's really going to play a big part here in these last days. Did you have anything you want to go into first about it, or?
We're gonna go into different aspects of it, but the main thing is we all know that this is the main thing that needs to be pushed, and the reality of it is that this is biochemical warfare. This is no different from AIDS. It's no different from syphilis. This is a disease that was created by a so-called white man, and it was pushed. Started off in Libya, not Libya. What we just said, the Ebola River.
The Ebola River.
It's not Sierra Leone. It's
Zaire.
Zaire. Yeah. Not say Zaire. But that it was a biochemical warfare, and then because there's a video out. Me and the brother was joking about this Edomite. And he informed me that it was taken before the Ebola outbreak, but this guy is roaming around in Liberia, no biochemical covering, hanging around Liberians. You can see the video. We got it favorited on GMS Any Quickening Spirit. It's favored on there, and this guy's hanging around Liberians eating monkey meat. Not eating it, but they're eating it around him. The girl cuts her hand, and he's eating dinner with them that day. Just alone her cutting her hand. You know what I'm saying? Being around them. Then he goes to different villages. Let alone this guy doesn't have no. This guy has his get up is no covers up less than the clothes I have on. Sleeves rolled up, shorts. You know what I'm saying?
No hazmat whatsoever. No kind of. Long sleeves, not a glove, nothing.
And he goes into the facility where they research for there's researching for Ebola and doing things on that. And he goes in there, but he didn't go into the actual part. But he goes in there where with no hazmat. Of course, the guy said you can't go in there. Then he asked the guy, he said, "You're not afraid of Ebola?" The hammer was like, "Ebola? Ebola? I'm not afraid of Ebola. It's dangerous, but it's so like the brother, we had a little back and forth real quick about the strains. You know what I'm saying? Sure, Ebola could have been an actual disease, but Esau, him being the demon that he is, could have just created a more powerful strain, a more potent strain, and injected people with it. Now it's an outbreak in Libya, because you can't just make the outbreak in America. You have to start the outbreak somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You have to work on it somewhere. It has to make sense where it started from. Just like AIDS, it started from monkeys. Ebola, it's supposed to start from Ebola River, but it's transferred through monkeys, mainly bats. That's why you gotta get into the movie Contagion, because that's how that disease spread it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was through a bat that bit a pig or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they chopped the pig up in food, and she ate the pork, and then that's when it all popped off from there.
Yep. And the next thing I want to go over, and we can get started from there, is the symptoms of Ebola. Is you bleed from the inside out, but it's mainly just it's loss of fluids. It's throwing up, diarrhea. You bleed from the inside out. I forgot to say certain pores, or
the mouth, the eyes, the ears, all of that.
They open up to the point it doesn't contain the blood no more. That's why you bleed from the mouth and the eyes. I forgot the organisms that open up to the point it doesn't contain the blood, but that's basically what it is. Whatever the blood travels through, those organisms open up, or those pores, so to speak, to the point that the blood pours through, such as the eyes, the mouth, the ears, and things like that. So once your space start bleeding, it's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? Headaches,
fever,
yep.
stomach ache,
So that's basically the symptoms of Ebola. You know.
And you might think you got a common cold or something like that, but you don't even know you got Ebola.
Yeah.
You trying to, you know what I'm saying, take some Sudafed or things like that, but you know what I'm saying, like the brother said, once he gets to a certain point, it's a wrap. You know, there's nothing that you can do.
Like, I was about to say like rabies. I always been rabies. That's their the test weapon, the test cure, or the test vaccine is the rabies, or one of them. You know. All right, that's all I had, good brother.
Alright, since you... one thing that they gonna do, could you get, second Ezra's for me? The man who desire to come in the city?
This is Second Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 18. No, so like verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, but because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
Yeah, because what they're gonna do concerning the Ebola virus, they're gonna quarantine the city, and they're also gonna set up martial law. And they already passing laws that if you're suspected to have the virus by government issue, they can put you on quarantine and you can't leave the house. They'll have an armed guard in front of your house and you can't leave. You know what I'm saying? That's the precursor to martial law. What it's called? It's called medical martial law, because they're using a medical reason to, you know what I'm saying, put you in martial law. And I got this article. It's from thecommonshinsel.com. It says Ebola quarantine centers.
Can you read it out?
Yeah. Read the headline right there.
Ebola quarantine centers. Just read it.
Yeah, just read that first paragraph.
Alright. It says, yesterday, Paul Watson opened a lot of eyes with the following statement. The source, an office clerk within the LADHS.
That's the Los Angeles Department of Human Health Services, right?
Said that during a policy meeting on Monday, Salaki, on the morning of June 18th last month, his supervisor announced that the Los Angeles County Department of Health Services had struck a deal with the government to open up quote-unquote low-cost housing facilities for homeless people, otherwise known also FEMA camps.
FEMA camps. That's a red flag right there. Martial law and FEMA camps go hand in hand.
Yep. Concentration camps, FEMA camps, that definitely goes hand in hand. FEMA camps and concentration camps is the same damn thing. Exact same thing. You know, and it's a quarantine.
Exactly. You can't get in, you can't get out. Case in point, when they had that hurricane over in New York, and they set up those FEMA camps. You know, you couldn't come and go as you please. If you was in there, you had to be in there, you had to stay in there. They made you stay in there. That was a test run. Everything that they've been doing up to now has just been trial runs here and there, trial runs here and there. To when it's fully manifest, it's gonna be everywhere. Yeah, go ahead.
The source said that his supervisor ordered staff not to use the term quote-unquote FEMA camp.
Exactly. He told them not to use the term FEMA camps. Why? Because it goes hand in hand with martial law. FEMA is not your friend. Everybody know about FEMA by now, from Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, just like they use words wisely instead of saying citizens, they said insurgents. You know, so instead of saying concentration camp or FEMA camp, what you said they said?
What's it called? Low
cost housing.
Low cost housing. Like they're actually building houses. They're building tents. They're building tents with inside of barbed wire fences, basically.
It says, one look at who is behind this program should raise the eyebrows of every person. as it is being administered by the Department of Health Services.
Exactly. Like I said, it's a red flag. Everybody already know.
You want this quote too?
Is this meeting it? Let's give me scan it. Let me see.
And that's what the so-called white men do. They play on words. You know what I'm saying? To make you seem.
Yeah.
Just like they say. You said what?
Go ahead.
I don't say domestic terrorists or whatever. You know, instead of just calling you a terrorist, I mean domestic. Of course, you got home in there. I think it's locked up. I mean, yeah, they play on words basically to justify whatever they want to do, to justify their meanings. You know what I'm saying? Like if they say, if they had laws where they could put no U.S. citizen in a concentration camp, they would just call it what they call it, low cost housing and everything.
Right, to get around the verbiage.
You know, because the apostles, you know, they went into pretty much penitentiaries and all of that. Them is just concentration camps. All right, this is a quote. It says, in an effort to respond to the high need for recuperative care services, Housing for Help will open a 38-bed recuperative care site in South LA this
Now,
summer.
how is that low income housing? 38 beds? That's not low income housing. That shows you right there, 38 beds. It didn't say 38 rooms or 30, you know what I'm saying? 38 beds is one toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
38 beds is not low income housing. Housing is, this is my house. I have a living room, I have a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bedroom, living room, kitchen, and a bathroom. It's 38 beds. You're not fitting 38 beds in one house. That's a FEMA camp. Yeah.
Alright, it says the goal of recuperative care is to provide short-term housing with health oversight to homeless DHS patients who are recovering from an acute illness.
It said, well, I'm gonna read that one more time. It said health oversight.
Yep, care to provide short-term housing with health oversight to homeless DHS
Now-
patients.
Now, if I'm a homeless person, what do I really need health oversight for? You know, that's because once this virus breaks loose, that's going to be a FEMA camp. It's going to be a concentration camp, and they're going to be giving vaccines in there. They're going to be giving a chip in there. You know, that's what the whole agenda is.
Yeah, because you can take a sick person to a concentration camp